Nexus Unprecedented Deep Cuts. Case File 1, The Delphos Ring Incident, 1971. Segment 1, The Sighting and Initial Fear. The Delphos Ring Incident is a cornerstone case in ufology, prized not for sensational claims, but for the tangible, baffling physical evidence it left behind. It's classified as a close encounter of the second kind, a designation given when a UFO leaves a physical effect on the environment. The date was November 2, 1971. The location, a remote family farm near the small town of Delphos, Kansas. The witness was 16-year-old Ronnie Johnson, a reliable farm boy performing his evening chores. It was a cold, clear night, typical of the late autumn plains. Ronnie was checking on the calves in a cattle pen near the main barn. An ordinary task under an extraordinary sky. At approximately 7 p.m., the night's routine shattered. Ronnie noticed a light. It wasn't the steady, familiar glow of distant lights or a passing plane. This was a brilliant, focused, multicolored illumination coming from a spot in his own field. He moved closer and saw the source clearly, an oval or egg-shaped craft, estimated to be 8 to 10 feet in diameter, hovering silently just above the ground in the cattle pen. The craft was utterly seamless, with no visible windows or seams. The colors radiating from it were incredibly intense, a blinding, shifting blend of Ferrari red, electric blue, and dazzling white. It looked like a giant, glowing bubble suspended in the air. As Ronnie watched, terrified, the silence of the night was replaced by a powerful, unusual sound. It began emitting a loud, high-pitched whirring or whistling jet sound, mixed strangely with the heavy, high-frequency drone of car tires screeching on a highway. The noise was overpowering, and Ronnie felt a strange sensation of heat and vibration. The craft was hovering only about 2 feet above the damp, dark earth. The surrounding area was illuminated as if by daylight. The encounter was terrifyingly brief, lasting only about 5 minutes. But the intensity of the light and noise rooted him to the spot, overriding any immediate impulse to run. Finally, overcoming his paralysis, Ronnie made the decision to get help. He turned and ran toward the house, desperate to alert his mother, Mrs. Johnson. The departure and bizarre trace evidence. As Ronnie ran toward the farmhouse, he glanced back. In that instant, the object broke its hovering silence. The high-pitched noise instantly cut out, leaving a sudden, terrifying silence. The craft silently and instantly shot straight up into the black sky at incredible velocity, vanishing in a flash of residual sunset orange and electric blue light. It was gone as quickly as it had appeared. The glow was eerie, clearly visible against the pitch black of the field. Ronnie quickly returned with his mother. They didn't see the object again, but the ground told a strange story. Where the craft had been hovering, there was a perfect circular area of disturbed ground, approximately 8 feet in diameter. This circle was still glowing with a soft, persistent reddish-orange light. Mrs. Johnson, summoning her courage, cautiously approached the ring and attempted to touch the area. She later testified that as her hand neared the glowing dirt, she felt a strong, repulsive force, a cold, strange sensation that physically pushed her hand away before she could make contact. She could not get her hand closer than a few inches. The glowing and the repulsive sensation lasted for several minutes, providing 2 witnesses to an impossible phenomenon. The next morning, the glowing had stopped, but the physical evidence was stark and undeniable. The circle remained a different color, a chalky, whitish red, and the soil texture was completely abnormal. The ground inside the circle was hard and crusty, while the dirt immediately surrounding it remained moist from the evening dew, feeling like rock salt underfoot and was completely dry. This crusty material could be easily scooped up, which Mrs. Johnson did, storing it in a coffee can for preservation. The investigation and scientific anomaly. The unusual nature of the evidence quickly attracted the attention of national UFO researchers, transforming the Delphos incident into a subject of serious investigation. The case was taken up by the Mutual UFO Network, MUFON, and the Center for UFO Studies, CUFOS. The focus immediately shifted from witness reliability to the physical anomaly itself. The immediate area showed further damage. The wooden fence posts in the cattle pen were visibly scarred and splintered, and nearby scrub oak brush showed broken limbs and singed leaves, suggesting a powerful vortex or directional heat blast had accompanied the craft's descent or ascent. Crucially, samples of the crusty soil were sent to chemists and scientists, including Dr. Walter T. Brown, a renowned soil scientist. His analysis revealed properties that could not be explained by any known natural or terrestrial phenomena. The results were astonishing. Directional energy source, possibly radiation. The most baffling property was that the soil inside the ring was almost entirely hydrophobic, water repellent. When tested, the sample immediately repelled liquid floating on top. This suggested a fundamental alteration to the soil's molecular structure. The crusty material contained high levels of salts, carbonates, and, most perplexing, a peculiar microscopic, water-soluble organic residue that did not exist in the surrounding soil. The presence of this residue suggested the dirt was hit by an intense that instantly changed its chemical makeup. Skeptics offered theories involving lightning or chemical runoff. However, no conventional explanation accounted for the combination of the witness testimony, the sensation of repulsion, the crusty texture, and the highly unusual, persistent hydrophobic property which lasted for years. The damage was long-lasting. Even after 2 full growing seasons, grass planted in the circle inside the ring but then quickly wither and die. Proving the soil's ability to support life was fundamentally altered. The Delphos Ring Incident remains a cornerstone case in ufology, a scar on the Kansas dirt that science still struggles to fully explain.